You know, it's a story that people are buzzing about, this potential Olympian shunning the American flag. But if she's that uncomfortable with America, why compete on America's behalf? Well, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked about what the president thought about Gwen Berry's actions, and here's what she had to say.
I know he's incredibly proud to be an American and has great respect for the anthem and all that it represents, especially for our men and women serving in uniform all around the world. He would also say, of course, that part of that pride in our country means recognizing there are moments where we are, as a country, haven't lived up to our highest ideals. And it means respecting the right of people granted to them in the Constitution to peacefully protest.
And joining us now to discuss a little bit more about this topic is PGA Professional and Turning Point USA Ambassador Garrett Powell. Garrett, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So in terms of being a professional athlete, you yourself are a PGA professional. Do you think that this is appropriate, what she's doing?
Not at all. No, there's never really been a spot in professional sports to disrespect the country that's representing. And it's really sad to see, frankly.
But at the same time, when it comes to cancel culture, you know, we hear people talk about people shouldn't be canceled for their opinions, that type of thing. You yourself were previously ridiculed online for posting, I think it was an American flag instead of a black square when George Floyd passed away. You were actually promoting equality, but lots of folks were upset. So does your opinion change based on what you've been through?
Well, it doesn't, frankly. It's just the culture that we have nowadays, unfortunately, is no one is, especially young people, are not willing to listen to another side. Mm-hmm. You know, the fact is, just because I posted a different picture, I was still on the side of, hey, what happened was extremely wrong. But if you don't conform, and that's what it's all about, it's about conformity. People just like to try to cancel you best you can instead of listening to you and trying to hear you out.
So what is the difference, though, is what I'm asking, because, you know, I've gotten a little bit of pushback because I said that she shouldn't be going to the Olympics. And then people say, but wait, you don't believe in cancel culture.
Well, I think it's really about, you know, I guess the bottom line is if you're going to the Olympics, you're representing the nation, and that you should love the nation that you're a part of. Mm-hmm. And I think people are just real quick, again, in their mind, that you're not conforming to what they believe. And that's really the bottom root is. It's not about, hey, like, did she do something wrong? Yes or no. It's about, okay, you don't believe with me, so I disagree with you. I'm going to try to cancel you. But I'm definitely on your side with this one. You should not be participating in the Olympics if you don't show respect for the flag of the country that you represent.
Yeah, she herself, Gwen Berry, the person that we're talking about, in this Washington Post interview last week, said wearing a Team USA uniform has left her feeling conflicted. Now, she said this in part, and I want to get your response. She said, for me, it's always been something that's been underlyingly uncomfortable, knowing that I'm rocking this big USA across my chest when everything about America is to demean and to keep black people at the bottom of the totem pole. What do you think about that comment?
As an African-American woman, you had a chance to compete at the world's highest level. No one took that away from you. I mean, you did not finish where you wanted to finish. But to me, I think the bigger issue is now that we're focusing on this issue from someone who finished third instead of celebrating the individuals who finished first and second. I think that's ridiculous how the perspective has shifted on her and her issues instead of celebrating the people that performed well.
Yeah, and also taking away from the two Olympians who actually were on the podium with her as well. That's pretty outrageous.
It is, and they showed respect for the flag, and you could see it in their expressions that they were very gracious and very happy to have that opportunity. Mm-hmm. And all three of those women had the same exact opportunity. And to me, I think it was a little childish the way that she reacted. And she blamed it on, oh, well, it's my disrespect for this country. When it's like, you know, go somewhere else, and see if you have these opportunities.
And I was wondering, Garrett, do you think that it was a little bit more about her not coming in first or second place and being a sore loser?
Oh, I think it was her pitching a fit. Mm-hmm. And her fallback plan was to blame it on how bad America is, because that's apparently a theme these days. But that's what I think.
Yeah. Do you think we're just going to see more of this in terms of the Olympics, athletes trying to make a political statement versus coming together as one and as a team and representing America?
I think so. I mean, unfortunately, I blame the NBA for all of this. And what have they done? They've clearly drawn a line in the sand. And it's less about sportsmanship and competition, athletics, and more about, frankly, being woke. And I think you're going to see athletes on this world stage really divert to either one side or the other. And it creates division. And that's a horrible thing.
Yeah, let's hope that more athletes speak out in favor of being a team for America and the ideals that go along with that. Garrett, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you for having me. Hope you all have a good one.
All right, you too.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.